We're gonna have a lot of fun today, you guys. Lots of fun. When I'm gonna show you some things, woo! It's gonna be exciting. Boss, you're doing it right. Love to hear that. I think that what you're experiencing is you're letting yourself feel the power of what this can do. And people are interesting in that a lot of times a couple of setbacks and people get intimidated, but that's unfortunate. And part of it is the perseverance. And I think what you're seeing is kind of what we have been hoping for a long time, which is once you understand the concept of event based system testing versus single stock, you can never go back to the traditional, you know, backtesting concept because it's just very inefficient in the broader market. We're talking about, events. The way backtesting is done today, if you're going to compete with somebody in football or soccer, they're studying Pele from, the 80s, but you got to go Cristiano, and I'm being very high level here. Okay, guys, we are right at the top of the hour. How is everyone doing? How is my sound? Can you hear me? Very important that you can hear me. Tell me that you can hear me. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So, awesome, Ozzy. Okay. Pepe, you're going to love, by the way, Pepe, what I'm going to show you today. You're going to really appreciate your subscription to Trade Ideas Pepe. And I'm speaking very lovingly because Pepe here, we love Pepe. He is a super high-end user who understands computer science and really gets into the applied of what we do. And Pepe, I got to say, you know, this one's really for you today. You're really, really going to like it. I want to remind everybody about a couple of things. Starting off, we redid our page, looks much more efficient for things that are moving. You know, you're talking about, let me just peel this back. The idea here is we want you to be able to catch waves in all sorts of stocks today, yesterday. You know, if you can catch these bounces, if they can happen, I mean, you're doing pretty good. I'm not saying it's going to, I'm just saying this is why you're seeing it. This little move right here. Notice that we have a reentry column, and a lot of people don't know about this, but let me just kind of explain it so you can see it. Entry, let me pull this down. Right here, it goes up quite a bit. 45 cents on an $8 stock is significant. But volatility, you know, we're talking about 13 times relative volume, pulls back and goes, hits the 3% stop. And that's our exit. We're saying if it's going 3% against you, and these things move quite a bit. So 3% in reality is not a huge amount here. But just want to make sure you know, goes below 3%, but once it starts climbing 788, halfway through, you get another re-entry. That's how that works. Okay. And here's an example where it hasn't done it. But you can see what it could be doing. And next door, now this is again just excuse me, a perfect example of, you know, when you're trading 58 times relative volume, you're in huge volatility. So you're talking about, you know, out of 3%, but right here you're kind of stable, you know. So this is where potentially, in my mind, you kind of can see what happened and possibly re-enter. Okay, let's go back to, just want to show you a couple of things that we've done here that I'm really pumped about. I mean, look at this signal in iRobot after this huge pullback. AI spots it right here, 246, and we're at 521. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 111%. And there was actually one at 397 too. So this was a big pullback, but boom. Oops. Okay, DBI 639. That's like right here. So this is an important part of the whole thing. And you can trade these on the money machine. And we're going to get into that right now. Pepe, buckle up. So you guys know we're in an alpha version that's released where you can play around with the money machine, and we're getting very close to the upgrade. But there's just been so much innovation happening in the interim, and I'm going to show it to you. But I'm going to also give you guys something that I do that I've been talking about on social media, and you should be doing yourself, and that's called trading around. Okay, let me explain real quick. So I picked up MSTR 50 shares at 168. It's like right here. And when it pulled back to here, instead of getting more of this, I used this MSTX because it's 2x. So I'm using something that I'm in to work with that leverage. NBIL is another great example where I'm in Nebius, as you guys all know, in my bigger account. And I'm showing you that. But whenever it pulls back, and I still look at Nebius in the same thesis, right? What I'm doing is I am playing NBIL for the pickup because it's 2x. So it's something everybody should be doing. All right, so we're going to jump. Excuse me. We're going to jump right into the money machine now, and I'm going to show you guys the latest, what we've been working on, and you're going to see it. I don't know why MM1 is down. Let me switch to MM2 here. I don't know what's going on. All right. So I want to just remind everyone, the money machine is constantly being worked on based on your feedback. People that are using it right now who are always talking to us about their experiences, how to improve it. And I'm going to show you what we've done. And again, Pepe, so this is for you. All right, money machine settings. Okay, so I've got my settings, and I'm basically trading a version here of explosive winners. Okay, just hypothetically speaking, imagine that you go to explosive winners, and we're going to do more of this to make it easy for you to trade stuff that's on the other channels. Okay, I have a maximum of 5 positions, but I'm going to get into the risks, the risk aversion, and this is the tab that has got all the new stuff. Okay, so let me explain why this is so important. So as you guys see, I have a stop of 3%. Okay, that's just basically very similar to what I showed you guys on the AI channel. But, and Pepe, here's the appreciation. Notice now we added a minimum dollar amount, because when you're trading a stock that's like $1.50 or $1.20, and some of these are the ones that can move 300-400%, you can't be doing that at 3%. So you see here we have a minimum cents amount that is included. So now the system kind of understands that, hey, when you get in to a smaller stock, you're not going to be trading that, especially one of these smaller stocks that could be, 50 times relative volume. You're not going to be doing that at 3%. So there's a minimum. Does everyone understand what this is and why it's important? Okay, now we're going to get to the really cool stuff. Boom. I'm going to demonstrate this for you guys. Okay, So the other thing we're talking about, and Pepe, this is the stuff that I feel like this is for you, sir, is as we use the money machine, we would often see like you get into some stuff, maybe it moves a little bit for you, maybe it moves a little bit against you. But then what happens is you're in it and something else starts to go. So we created a time decay here. Okay, what we're saying is if I'm not doing anything in 7 minutes, potentially just get me out. Because remember, these things like you're trying to not sit here and wait for an hour for a move to happen because the opportunity cost in things that are trading 30, 40, 50 times normal volume is very high. So we're saying exit position after 7 minutes. That's a time decay, but watch how it's going to happen. I'm going to show it to you. And we need at least a % gain, and there's reentry and this. Okay. So we got all this going here. Explosive winners. I'm going to save profile and I'm going to hit, whoops, let me change my settings here. Save profile and start. Okay. So what we're doing here, let's take a look at what we're getting into so you can kind of just see what it looks like. So here, and I'm in 2,500 shares of these. And by the way, just so that you know, you can always adjust these. And we're working now on the auto adjustments that are more aligned with some of these things, the VWAP, maybe the moving average. No need to lose $300 here. Pull back once again, just right here, adjusting my risk. But what I'm showing you manually is going to be on autopilot very soon. So what we're going to be adding, Pepe, is the ability for it to automatically, again, adjust the stop. So like, as I mentioned before, here, for example, we have the 15 cents, but there's going to be another amount that says maximum $60, let's say. So then it's always going to be kind of doing this on autopilot. So you're basically taking small stabs to shoot for the 20%, 30%, that kind of a thing. But remember, we're on a 7-minute timer. Okay, so we're 2 minutes in. In 5 minutes, you're going to see what's going to happen. Vince, when we upgrade here, yes, you will have to. I mean, it'll be a new version. You'll just install it and it'll have everything. You don't have to uninstall it. It'll just upgrade. Yeah, Oz, I think you're getting it. The idea being here is for JAGX. Okay. You can't trade that simply on 3%. It's just too little. Point 0.4. Here, I put this right here. Kind of move this around like right here. But you can see the market is kind of staying in this area. So we're just watching here, just kind of taking a look at everything. Making little adjustments. So these little things that I'm doing are things that, again, we're going to get the software to do for you very soon. but we're just watching. Vince, all of the version numbers and everything else, let me show you real quick. So Money Machine Alpha, it'll be a new Alpha next or whatever. So, and then release info will tell you what's going on in that version. So we're kind of in hold territory here, but we're about 3 minutes away from the messaging that I want to show you that's about to take place. Very, very important stuff. Bring this one up because, again, the key here is automation of risk management and opportunity cost detection. You know, sometimes sitting in a $20 loser, you know, you could just be wasting your time. And very, very shortly, or I think we're about 2 minutes away from everything, you're going to see what will transpire. So IQ, I believe that's in there. I would have to stop it, but there's a strategy called Holly long term. So that's in there. KJ, I'll find those and see what I can do for you. But we may just recreate them here. I always like to come up with new stuff. Yeah, a news feed is coming up. The new alpha, and I mean, tons of stuff. Way better news. It's coming. It's already been approved. So it's just about getting the release out. So yes. All right, we are almost there. Hold your horses. Okay, here we go. So check it out. I got this message. They're on a timer. Okay, so I'm up in this one, I'm up in this one, I'm down in this one, exit position, and I'm down in this one, exit position. Remain in position, remain in position. Do you guys see what just happened? Pepe, I know you like this. Did everyone understand what they just saw? It's possibly some of the most powerful risk management, opportunity, cost kind of ability to traverse the market in a way that is very difficult for people to do on their own. It's automatic, Vince. So they came on my other monitor because I have a multi-monitor setup and just the way I have this screen configured for the live stream, it pops in on the other monitor. But of course, we're going to dial that in. Pepe, thank you. The whole point here is we've been contemplating from when we first put the money machine out. We want to exploit the opportunity cost, and we found that sometimes you get stuck in trades that are sitting there doing nothing, and nothing is a negative. And so we said, hey, let's put in a time decay so that the system can just do it. And by the way, by default, if it's not up 1%, like, let's just make sure you understand what would be happening. If it's not up 1% in 7 minutes, by default, it'll just be out after 30 seconds. So I would have taken profits, and now it's just getting into other things. And the whole point here is we are on autopilot. Once it exits the positions, it re-enters new ones just based on the settings. Okay, check it out. So 7 minutes, you guys see, sir, I want to show you the countdown. I'm down 1%. Boom. Def, we're way beyond FOMC. Okay. And I've discussed, again, it's kind of a good question, but I want to make sure you understand that when we're trading things like this, 4.92, there is no trader. Okay, I'm going to back it up a little bit. There is no successful momentum-based trader that's trading off of FOMC. FOMC is some stuff that happens from time to time, but you cannot trade a strategy based on that type of thing. It's just, that ain't it. So don't worry about that, is what I would say. All of our systems, they show you the relative volume, and that beats catalysts. So the other important thing to notice this, we're up a little bit, 0.5%, 0.3. It'll still take this profit. I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, you can decide. But what I'm going to just be showcasing is the automated nature, because what we're trying to do, okay, and this is something that I want to make sure everybody here understands, okay, is that there's this game. You see this? This is 42%. We're shooting for these. And the way that you get them is, since we're in a zero commission environment, is through some trial and error, including getting out of these. Because the idea is that if you catch something like that, like let's say here, boom, it's going, and you're in it. Because as long as once you're up the over 1%, the risk management automatically keeps you in. Great question from Shad. Does the money machine have a goal? So its goal is to maximize percentages, and as long as you're up, it will keep you. But there are settings where if it's gonna go against you by a certain amount, you can adjust this. And in this particular case, by the way, I don't have reversals on, but you can reverse, you can do all sorts of different stuff. But yes, it'll keep your profits. And again, remember that you're down $177. That's 0.177%. Okay. You're going to be doing lots of trial and errors to catch the 43. Won't happen right away. But the idea is through this mechanism, we believe we've got the super system. Okay, here we go. So these are these two, okay, and I'm just going to let them time out because they haven't really increased that much since we've been watching. Do you guys see what I'm showing you? Hold on. Okay, you just took a little bit of profit. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so Def, we have a whole channel. Let me show it to you here. I'm going to switch it. Oh, whoops, hold on. There's one more. Dang it. Got to restart, guys. My bad. What a bummer. Oh, dev builds. You guys have seen this before. Sorry about that. It just happens from time to time. Let me put MM1 back in. Or is it MM2? Here we're on MM2. Okay, MM2. My money machine is closed, but I can actually now net trade. I'll show you. So first of all, just a couple of things real quick. The money machine settings. Okay, I'm going to go to something called explosive winners, and this is designed to answer Def's question. Okay, so let me just hit. Hold on 1 second here. 5, 120. Got all of that. Okay. Copy, collaborate. So I'm going to give you guys the collaborate strat. Actually, no. I'm going to do that in this. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. New. Compost window. Collaborate. Paste all. Okay. So this is the window that we're trading right now. I'm going to go to save and share to cloud. And it's my version of the explosive winners. Okay. Def, I agree. I'm not too worried about AI taking over and stuff like that. But, All right. So you guys got the explosive winners. This is the what I'm using today. Let me just share so you can kind of see the configuration of it real quick. Okay, Windows specific filter. So 1 to 20. Where is it? It's 45 to 85. So it's kind of pulling back when I'm entering max spread of 5 cents, up from the close, up from the open, but position in 5-minute range 90. So over the last 5 minutes, it's kind of been moving in the right direction. Had to have traded 500,000 shares and at least 3x. Okay, that's what explosive winners. I'm going to call this live stream. Okay. So this is what that looks like. Just going to move that away. I'm going to get out of this. Okay, we're done here. And I'm going to move this race. You can trade races too. But let's do a couple of things here real quick. So we got this ready here. Stops and exits. Reverse on protective stops. Yep. Reverse on trailing stops. Time decay 7:15:30. We're ready to rock and roll. All this explosive winners. Save profile. Start. Okay, here we are. So some of these, obviously, we've already traded some. When I had to reboot, it does what it does. So notice, by the way, Pepe and everybody else, see like how here, the stop loss, because I have it set to 3%, but 15 cents, it's at 15 cents, right? Now, once again, when there's a dollar amount, I can adjust this. It's not there yet, but it will be very soon. So here we are. Now we're up in AHT, but down in needs. And the counter's on. Justin, gotcha. Will you take what you just said and put that in an email to support? That way we don't lose it. Also, we're doing some incredible stuff with a new execution panel that's basically kind of like a new version of level 2. It's coming. Very powerful stuff. So very important to reiterate what's going on. Time decay, as we call it here, what has been added, and this is about to be released probably in the next few days. Everyone will get an email, but this is an opportunity cost system. I have told it. Okay, I have told it. If I'm not up 1% in 7 minutes, because of the way these things move, take profits. Now, again, this is going to be a little in and out, but there's zero commissions. And remember, everything you're getting into. Okay, let's take a look at it all together. Okay, 240 times relative volume. Okay, so when this thing tells me, hey, maybe I'll stay in this one, 11 times relative volume. Might be able to pick something up here. 13. Once again, 15 cents, but no need. No need for 15 cents here. And we're back. Opportunity cost is key. And here we are. Now this one will not exit if in 4 minutes it's still over. And this is what we're hunting. We want to get to up some serious percentages. Well, that was quick. But the key thing that I want to make sure everybody processes properly is that, when we created this automated momentum based trading, we didn't stop with just some functionality. Through your feedback, this is the purpose of this alpha version, we have continued to develop and improve, and it keeps going. It's a continuation. We keep seeing things that we hadn't seen before based on the feedback that people like yourselves are giving us, which makes this technology so much more robust for everyone, because as a result, everybody is winning based on the fact that we're able to get this alpha out there before the initial release, get tons of feedback, improve it. And again, let me tell you the other thing that we're working on. And once again, I think this is really the mass market. Okay. As I mentioned, you guys see what's going on here, and I've shown you, but we are about to add where you can go to Apple and you can hit automate Apple. So instead of trade ticket, it's automate Apple, and the money machine will trade it for you. And it'll do it based on some combinations like trade wave, this stuff, and distance to resistance support. But it'll be single stock momentum based automation. So you can trade Apple, you can trade Tesla, and all of these things that we're doing, like, it's included. One of the other key components is when you're trading things like Tesla or Palantir or whatever you trade, we're going to make it easy for you to see the inverse and the double X ETFs on the stock chart. So if you pop in right here, aside from seeing what it is, you'll be able to see 2X. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's just take a look. Boom, 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 and boom. So we're definitely going to get out of this one. I'm going to remain in this one, get out of that one, and I'll remain in this one. So once again, all this on autopilot, and I'm making sure that you guys understand that you're shooting for 40%, 50%, 300%. So there's a little bit of trial and error. But your opportunity cost is going to be dialed in. And you can always keep them. You can say keep, and it's just like the original money machine. And that's fine. So IQ, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, you can always create any kind of top list that you want, and then take that top list, all the filters in there, and pop it into an alert window and just create an alert, like pullback from lows and stuff like that. Like, for example, let me show you what I mean here. Okay. So I can go collaborate, copy all. Okay. Moving this away. New alert window. Okay. Hold on. Collaborate, paste off. Where'd it go? Configure, let's see if it did what I wanted it to do. Yeah, so here it is. I don't have an alert window yet, but I can say, for example, this one, get rid of that one. And this one, and hit OK. And voila. So ARGO, we can go to columns, time. Okay, so here you go. That's about right now. I just had a little 5-minute high, DBI. So do you see what I'm doing here, you guys? Any little alert window, any top list can be transferred into an alert window by then just being able to select the alert you want to see. So long-term Holly AI is a symbol list that premium subscribers can get. And you can, like I believe here, let me see if I can find it for you. Bear with me for 1 second here. Do you see this? These are all Holly. So anything that's on Holly, you can set up. And again, if you need a little help, just shoot us support and we can walk you through it. But any premium person can get the shorts. You can do short reversals, anything you want, you can dial that. It's right there. Okay, so we've been, I mean, why have we been kind of drifting? Let's talk about it. Well, look at what's been going on since I started. You know, we kind of actually had a pullback, a little bounce, and this is common. Mixed market, you know, not every time I do a demo, you're going to see incredible stuff. But catching a little DBI. The important thing that I really wanted to demonstrate is the key power of this so that you're not churning smaller stocks, and this. This is opportunity cost. This is more advanced risk management. Reversals. And you're about to get the thing that, okay, see, now this is up 2%. So this will not exit at all. Does everybody see that? Let me show you how to get the new alpha. So from the home page, okay, just go to download. And it's right here. Very simple. Does everybody get that? We've got automated opportunity cost detection. Let's go. We're on a timer. Let's see what we got. So please be aware that DBI is not there. We're going to get out of this one. We're going to remain in this one, get out of this one, and get out of that one. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Okay. Boom. You're just trying things in a way that manually would almost, I mean, not almost, but would be 100% impossible. So we are automating. I mean, this is talking about using computer power. This is it. I mean, I think we are very close to just breaking the Rubicon, so to speak, here. Because what this allows you to do is try, get out, try, get out. But now you've got two, maybe three that are approaching, three 1%ers. I love showing this to you guys because I cannot tell you how much trial and error and stuff like that goes into it. Ripman, the old version is still the one that's out there. This version that I'm showing you is not out yet. This is why you guys are on the live stream. I'm showing you the new shit. Oh, exactly. And please understand that, I mean, this setting, I just put in 7 minutes. You know, you can put in 5, 30, 15, 10. It's a personal preference, complete. But that's the whole point. That's what I'm trying to showcase, the type of automation that we are doing, that this has that next level potential. You know, we're not in here because I'm trading 1 to 15, just so that you know. Okay, but this is only a 3% move, so now we're 2% here. And again, let's see here. So this one is totally fine. I kept this one, and these guys are all potentially up for grabs. Even though it's like still not at the prettiest level and lots of stuff is being done there, the technology that's doing this opportunity cost time decay is so cool. I mean, this is what I am pumped about. And a lot of this had to do with the feedback that you guys are giving us, you know? Hey, I did this, I did that. How do I do it better? And we're listening and innovating on the fly. TI made the task. TI is doing that automatically. That's in the new excuse me. Any stock you pull up automatically has resistance and support. And by the way, that will be a strategy that you can trade soon as well, where basically you're either buying above resistance or shorting resistance and buying support, or shorting below support, which, you know, again, will be a preference. Okay, the alert from Sure IQ. This is easy. So I'll just start from scratch. New alert window. Okay. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to select alerts. I'm going to say 5-minute high. Okay. Then I'm going to go to symbol lists and I'm going to add existing symbol list. And I'm going to say Holly, 60-day long. Okay. And I'm going to hit 5M high on Holly swings. And let's say add relative volume of 2. This way it's trading. And let's call it change from the open of 1. So at least there's momentum. And let's see what happens. Okay. Where did I just put it? Sorry. So again, if I go right click and configure, see? IQ, does that make sense? Hopefully you got that. And I will do this. Since you're premium, I'll just go save and any premium person, copy, and I'm going to pop that in here. Okay. Rit's asking, when is the new one coming? We are trying very hard to push the new one out in the next, we're shooting before the 15th. There's lots of stuff that's just going on. And, this stuff that I just showed you it is literally brand new. And obviously I'm in a dev build. That's why it crashed, etc. Okay, here we go. So you see what I'm going to do here, right? Red candle, down, automatic, opportunity, cost. This is just the next level of filtering. And you're out. You tried something, you're out. And now you're back into RXT. Once again, 15 cents. I would not do that. Move that up over here. The idea though, from 118, if you can catch something like this, remember let's talk about real quick why you're in it. And by the way, here's Cook, 98. I'm going to remain in position because we're up a little bit, almost close to 1. So here you're interacting with the software. But RXT, does it not look exactly like IRBT? Do you see what I'm talking about? This is like, again, pattern recognition. Why are you in it? Does it mean it's going to go right now? Not necessarily. But certainly it has that potential. Okay? It has that potential. And here, now we've got almost 3%, almost 2%, and in a very kind of flatty sort of market. And the game is 30, 40%. Where this pays huge dividends, you guys, is money machine type of trading is the best done at the open, which is when most of the momentum takes place. So that's when this really starts to pay off. And there are moves where, we are talking about 50, 100, 200%. So, doing this as a trial and error concept is just not that difficult. 0.34. I think this is a sim 100,000 account. Okay. So yeah, it's a sim $100,000 account, and my trade size here is $2,500 per position. And I'm basically trading explosive winner types of moves so that everyone knows that that's the other thing. We're really, and again, look at this. We were in this one earlier, and I think I bailed too soon. No, just missed it. But this is the example of what we're hunting, just so that everyone's aware. Okay. You're trying to get this. Remember what I talked about at the open. You're like 650 right here, boom, pull back, boom. But then you're going from 5 to 7. And again, it wouldn't have been easy. Okay. It's never easy. But this is the hunt. Please understand that when you are trading money machine, you're exposing yourself to attempt to catch this, which is also, again, what our AI is doing. This is the hunt. We're not here for 10%, over a year. We're here for 70% in 3 days, 5 days. These things happen. And they happen more than I'm just looking at some of this stuff, and see, this buy program just hit. So one of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to be incorporating the pulse into the time decay. So that's what's happening. All right, you guys, we're about to finish up. How about more last questions? What can I answer? Very nice big crowd today too. Always love seeing that. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to showcase our tech to you guys this way, live, and for you to be able to see as it's working. Okay. And remember, in summary, okay, we're doing single stock money machine so that you pull up your favorite stock, it'll give you what it thinks it'll do. Whether it's the spiders or Netflix, or whatever else you want to trade. We're going to help you with the inverse ETFs so that you can catch those quick. And here, let me switch to. So here you can see my NBIL. And my MSTX are up close to, not close to, but basically, $340. So I'm applying what I am showing you guys in live trading as well. And by the way, this is a new position that I added, ABTC. Just playing around, not too much, but looking for 200-300%. So IQ, what do you mean you don't have an alert when a ticker enters the symbol? I mean, the list. Remember, we've got the AI channel. And here, so I'm going RXT. I'm just going to let RXT. Let me take a look at it. I'll remain in the position. It's not doing too much. Okay, notice again, when you enter things at different times, this keys off at different times. Same thing, I'll remain. So IQ, again, what do you mean when, because again, these are the tickers. There's a whole channel. So anytime a stock is in here, this is the alert window that you would be looking for. Yeah. So these are the new, these are the historical, and this is everything in race mode. Okay. Pepe, thank you for the translation. Shoot an email to that. We are also going to be doing a ton of stuff on our sounds. They're going to be way better. Shoot us an email, please. Pepe, you're great. All right, you guys. Time decay, opportunity cost, incredible stuff happening as a result. Trial and error, but catching at 3%, 1%, keeping this tight. You can see, always see what the losses were like, so you can kind of get an idea what you were doing. This is just a little churn, nothing else. And we're going to do something where, again, even if you traded the stock once, you're not going to re-enter it, even if it's on that list. So you're going to be looking for other opportunities. Is really some of the things that I'm going to be working on. So there's lots of stuff going on there. Here, bought, big pullback, that happens. So you're just working it, trying to catch the big one. And hopefully this will be one of these. All right, you guys, thank you again. We are done with the live stream. Very big stuff happening in dev world. And I'm excited to see you again next Wednesday. Talk to you soon and have a great rest of your week.